Fantastic. Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome back to my OpenTTD Let's Play series. Now, first things first, a few episodes ago, I asked you to name the company, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So, company name, we put Hellish Inc. temporarily, so let's get rid of that. And Wayne Herbie, I kind of liked your suggestion, it reminded me of old TV shows that I used to enjoy. We're going to go for TTD Independent Traders. I'm just going to go through your suggestion here, capitalise the beginning, and there we are. Is that right? Yep, there we go. And okay, there we go. TTD Independent Traders. I like it. It's pretty cool. It's a cool name. Something else you may have noticed is that the window size is a little bit bigger. I've scaled up the graphics, the user interface, so that you guys can have a look at what's going on, maybe a little bit better. Let me know what you think in the comments of this video, and we'll see in future videos whether we leave it like this or go back. Just for information, if you go up to options, game options, you've got an option, where is it? Here, interface size. At the moment I've got it set to double. You can put it to normal or quad. Now this is what it's like normally on the series, but for a couple of episodes we're going to put it at double size, and you guys can let me know what you think. Well, there we go. We've named the company and we've talked a little bit about what's going on. Let's see what's happening. Down here we have our passenger service as normal, and the trains are doing okay. They're making some money. Here's our two trains. We've got train 1, train 2. Last year making a few thousand profit. We've just come into the beginning of a new year. We're now 1929, and as you can see, still making some profit slowly. Not massive amounts though. They're quite expensive engines to start with, really. Maybe we should have started with a cheaper engine than that. Never mind. I think it's time that we actually started to dip into the industry side of things now. We've got a basic slow income coming in. It's better than nothing. And I had a look round and I found... Where's it gone? There it is, just on the edge of the screen, down here. This, not too far away, a machine shop. And I was looking for a machine shop. The reason why I was looking for a machine shop, if we look at the supply chain, here is the supply chain for a machine shop. It connects to lots and lots of things. You can see here, look. Metal and petrol goes into a machine shop, and then all sorts of things. It can supply farming supplies and engineering supplies too, to increase the rate at which we get stuff. So that's got to be nothing but good. This is where I want to start with our journey. So we need to get some stuff coming in. What we need to come in is either, let's see, here we go, we either need metal or petrol. So if we look at the supply chain, there we go, bring that down like this, there we go. We can see that we can get metal from a steel mill, an oil, a steel mill, aluminium plant, or an iron works. So what I did is I centered the map around the machine shop, and I went out a little bit and I did a search, and what I found was the closest one of them that I could find that was in a good position is just down here on the coast. We've got a steel mill. Perfect. Okay, so we need to do it again because the steel mill needs either iron, coal or scrap metal. So we're at its location. You can see from the supply chain that we either need a coal mine, an iron ore mine, a recycling plant or a scrap yard. So let's get the world map up. Here's our world map. There we go. Just make it nice and big so we can see what's going on. And you can see, where are we? You can see what was centered more or less around here. This little grey square in the middle of the map is exactly where our plant is. It's where the steel place is, the one that we're looking at. And we need a coal mine, iron ore mine, recycling plant, scrap mine. So let's just have a look through these massive of industries and see what's nearby. So first of all, coal mines. Are there any coal mines nearby? And they should be flashing on the screen now, and I can see 3. There's 1 over here and 2 up here in the top right. Not really very attractive options. What's next up on the list? Iron ore. If I hover over iron ore down here, that's looking a little bit better. We've got a couple of iron ore mines just over here. We could probably bring both of those two together over to the steel mill and then take our stuff to the machine shop. Let's just check the other options. A recycling plant is... Where is it? I've lost... There is a recycling plant. There's not even... Oh, hang on. It looks like... No, there's none in this section of the map. I can't see any. And a scrapyard. Scrapyard, what colour is a scrapyard? Sort of... There we go. Ah, no, there is a scrapyard that's actually quite close nearby as well. Oh, there's a couple. There's one over here, and there's one down here. Let's just check that again. Yeah, let's have a look at that. Let's clear the screen and take a look. So here we go, we've got a scrapyard just on the coast, and if we scroll along the coast a little bit, here's our steel mill. I think that's going to be the best start, and then what we can do is those... what were we? What did we find over here? There was something we found over here. Oh yes, the iron ore mines. There's 2 iron ore mines, one here, one here. Let's see, 90 tons of ore and 90 tons of ore. It'll probably be good to bring them in a bit. So I'm going to start at the coast, just because it's probably going to be cheaper and easier. So first things first, let's have... let's think. We want a nice station for our steel mill. Let's think. Stations... raw materials, processed products. This is for raw materials coming in, isn't it? So let's see. What are we bringing in? Scrap metal, aren't we? Yeah, that's a bit of a question. I'll tell you what. Well, let's just go like this for now. Farm buildings, farm facilities. We could go with the farm buildings, but train loading chutes for raw materials. That sounds pretty good for scrap. Conveyor belt. Let's... Oh, hang on. No, we need one with track. That'll do. We need a station here to drop off the scrap metal. What size for the station? I'm not quite sure. I'm tempted to start at kind of 5, but I might expand it up. Let's do 2 tracks. Platform length... Oh, we can't do... Let's do a standard goods station first. Heavy freight train, no, hang on a minute. What's this one? Rubber loading, no. Mineral silo, maybe we'll do the mineral silo. Oil facilities, not wood. High security, that's interesting. I'm thinking we'll go for mineral silo. So number of tracks, we're going to go platform length. Yeah, let's start with 5. Oh, look at that. That's a fantastic station. Brilliant. Let's get a nice little section of track working our way into it as well. This is for unloading, so I think what we'll do is we'll do a track like this. And we'll put that one there. Now the trees are slightly in the way. Oh, wrong button. Back again. There we go. The trees are slightly in the way, so we're going to put Control and X, and it brings up transparency options and trees. There we go. Now, if I put a depot there, that should do it, because we've got this extra piece of track that I put in that I'm highlighting now. That's good. Let's get the auto tool and remove that bit. I want to come diagonally out as quickly as possible. Maybe to about here. That looks good to me, because we're going to bring ourselves back in. What length is that? Let's make it length 6. Why not? Now, we haven't got a lot of money. We've only got 11 grand. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have a single track line to start with, and then we're going to expand it as we go. So that's the... well, it says power plant. That's not right. That's not right at all. Let's change that. This is a steel mill. So we're going to rename the station... There. Steel mill. There we go. I don't need this little sign anymore. I just put that there between episodes, so I kind of knew roughly what I was doing. Now, if we follow this track nice and straight, let's just highlight that out. We do go straight through this town, so it's probably not a good idea. I think I would be quite happy coming this side of the town. For now, it's a bit close to the coast, but why not? For now. I suppose we could always then link that in this way. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's just remove this piece of track here. We don't need that now. I've had a different idea. And we'll put a piece of track in there. There we go. £5 left, and we've nearly ran out already. But no worries. Let's get our station put in. Scrap metal. I think. Should we use the coaly stuff again? What's this one? Mineral unload. I kind of like this one. Actually, we probably should have done that on the other side. Maybe we've got some money. We'll use that as a mineral loader station, because that's probably the closest we got. I'm going to do the same size station again. Just going to use it in the other orientation. I'm going to keep it quite far north. Oh yes, that looks good. I mean, you can tell it's an unloader because it's got the drop to drop materials in. But there we go. We're just going to do that now. I think I should be able to just... Yep. Oh, not enough cash. Not enough cash. We have to wait for our other trains to bring in some money before we can finish off this line. Let's just put our trees back. There we go. And where's the other line? It's not far from here. There it is. Brilliant. So here's the other line. Where's our trains? Here's our train info. Both bringing in a nice little bit of profit. So we're just going to wait a little while until those trains have brought us in another few £1,000s. So I will cut here and I will be right back. Okay then. So a couple of things. Firstly, my trains aren't doing very well. We've been running for a little while now. It's now August 1930. Whilst they're turning a profit, the company expenses aren't really allowing us to actually bring in some profit. However, the maximum loan has gone up, so we can borrow more money. So there we go. We borrowed more money, and we're going to fix it by borrowing. That's what everybody believes, isn't it? So let's quickly get this in before the company realises what I've done with their funds and kicks me out, because I don't think I'm the boss of it. There we go. I think I've done that right. So we've got to connect this up. We've got to have a train going backwards and forwards, and it's got to make us some good money. Let's just have this go up straight here. Oh yeah, look at that. Fits in lovely. Right, we're not going to need some signals yet because there's just one train. We're not going to need any. Well, we'll put a couple of depots in. I'm not sure. Should we put a depot there? Put a depot there. There we go. Does that work? Yeah, I think that works. Let's get a train. This time we're not going to pick the most expensive train that we can. We're going to have a look through the list and try and weigh it up. These ones down here cost way too much money, and they cost £21,000 a year to run. This one down here, £4,000 a year to run. That's quite cheap. We don't want the tram. There's a tank engine here, £8,000 to run, 50 mile an hour. That's a hefty speed increase. 65, 14,000. The prices are starting to go up. Let's just take the 060 steam engine. It's light freight. It's got 60% reliability. It's not going to cost too much money, and we should be able to afford some trucks. So let's buy that. There we go. Now what we're transporting scrap. So do we have a scrap van? No. Let's do it by name. Sort by name. There we go. It doesn't appear that we have a scrap van. However, we can get a universal wagon. So how many universal wagons can we afford? I think we can afford enough. Let's get that up to a length of that. Why not? Change the cargo type to scrap metal. It's going to cost a little bit of money to refit chain. I'm going to do that before we go into the negatives. Right, holding control, we're going to give it a go-to order there, which is a full load, and then we're going to go all the way over here, and it'll unload at the steel mill. Right, let's get train 3 up and running, and let's see how it does. We need to keep a close eye on this. We need to know exactly what's going on. Well, 4%, 5%. It is providing some scrap, not very quickly. I think maybe we should do a little bit of fast forwarding. There we go. So 25.31. We're a little bit. The money just seems to be flexing around, fluctuating in and out of the red all the time. But I'm hoping this new train will fix that problem. Yep, 72%. Come on, bit of fast forwarding again. Look at we're off. We're off with our brand new train. Now let's get the train info up so that we can see what sort of speed we're doing as well. 45 miles per hour. I think this one can go up to 50. These straight lines should help us out. It should be pretty good. It's going to the steel mill. It's full of the scrap. Hopefully we'll get a good amount of cash for it. I wonder how much we're going to get. Place your bets now. Give me your ideas. I'm not sure. I've just been having a little think here and I'm not really sure. I'm not an expert with this mod, but let's pretend in my head that it's iron ore going to a steel mill. Over that sort of distance, I would expect an income. It's not going particularly quick, so maybe... Oh, and it's broken down as well. Maybe we could look at somewhere around the 4,000 to 5,000 mark. If it reaches 8,000, it's quite a short train, so I don't think it's going to reach the sort of 8,000 mark, which is what I was after. So you've got a couple of seconds left to decide in your own mind whether I'm right and whether I'm wrong, how much you think it's going to make. It's going to actually nip to the train depot, of course. Maybe I need some depots halfway. Although I do need to actually expand this track and get more trains on it. But here we go. Kenpool Steel Mill has its first delivery of scrap metal from our train number 3, which we can name, I guess. Should we call him Scrappy? And it is nearly 7,000. Not too bad. Well, let's just break away from good old Scrappy and head down to the industrial park, apparently. It's not an industrial park, it's a scrapyard. Why is it not naming these correctly? Oh well, never mind. I will correct it. So, Slonworth scrapyard. There we go. Perfect. Let's see, have we got anything waiting at the station? Oh, we have indeed. Look at this. We've got 104 tons of scrap metal waiting to go to the steel mill. How much does our train carry? Let's have a look at the capacities. 20 tons per carriage, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. We can only carry 120. So as soon as this train comes back, which it's probably going to do quite soon, here it is. It's going to fill straight up. It's going to be nice and full. Oh, we didn't change his name. Here we are. Scrappy is what I called him, wasn't it? Would you put IE or Y? We're going to go with Y for now. That's just how I've decided. Scrappy. So good old Scrappy's full already, and we also already have 37 tons of scrap metal. The ratings, 59%. Not too bad at the moment, but I would expect that to probably maybe drop. I'm not sure. We're not transporting everything yet. But again, we're going to need to save up the pennies, and we're going to have to buy some more trains, aren't we? I can't take out any more loan. We have got maximum loan. The loan's costing us about $9,000 a year, so that's actually quite a substantial amount of money for the small company we have right now. Construction costs, we didn't do any this year. Train running costs are going up, but with this train here, it's a lot cheaper to run this train than the other two. I'm almost thinking whether I should sell the other two. Before the end of the episode, let's just investigate that. So, here are our other two trains. I don't know what the resale value is for the train. Here we go. Value 13,000, about 14,000 at the minute. Train 2, is that worth more? It is. It's worth about 21,000. So we'd get about 34,000-ish. 34,000 for selling those trains. With that £34,000, how many of those tank engines could we buy? Well, we couldn't buy 2. That's the problem. We couldn't afford to buy two. So even if we sold the trains, we wouldn't be able to replace them with the cheaper running train. So we're going to have to just leave it as it is for now. It's not financially viable. If we had some spare cash in the bank, maybe we could, because the running costs of the trains would be a lot less. Of course, our income from the trains would be less, because as you go throughout time, the cargo payment rate for the passengers drops. So if we just have a look at passengers, you can see here the longer it takes for the cargo to be dropped off, the less amount of money you get paid. And of course, the new trains, the new little trains, would go a lot slower as well. So we'd actually get less income, but they'd cost less to run. So it's a real balancing act. Oh well, there we go. That's going to be all for now. We've introduced our third train and started moving different commodities. I think after a bit of saving up, we should be able to then expand this scrapyard track, double it up, and then maybe bring in the iron ore, start moving the steel into the machine shop, then start transferring the supplies back to the scrapyard. Oh, it's going to be fantastic. I look forward to that. Hope you do too. That's going to be all for now. Thank you very much for watching, and if throughout the episode you've wondered why my voice has been a little different, I do have a croaky throat today, which I apologise for, but hopefully you've enjoyed the episode anyway. I will see you all sometime soon. Take care. Goodbye.